Okay, ladies and gents, we are live out there in the internet world. Welcome, one and all, to the what is it now? February edition of the Seamus Ennis Arts Centre Zoom singing sessions. I'm just going to make a brief announcement to get going. I'll explain how it works. I'm sure most of you here have done these before, but in case you're new, we just have a few notes to kick us off. So, welcome. Just in terms of how this is going to work, you'll notice that everybody is muted. That means we are running the session in a one singer, one song format. Sadly, though Zoom has come leaps and bounds since the start of this pandemic, we have not figured out a way to sing together without latency. Basically, the way that'll work is I'm going to move around through the guest list we have through the evening, and I'll try to get a good cross section of everybody. Chances are we will not get to everybody, and that is just a sad fact of time and the amount of people in the room. If you were here last month and didn't get a chance to sing, if you could hit the raise hand button, we will make sure to prioritize you this time. And if we don't get to you this month, we will be sure to get to you next month. This is how it just works. We can't always get everybody in, but we will reward your loyalty. The special guest for the evening, as I'm sure you've all guessed by now, is Rosie Stewart. A big feather in our cap to get Rosie on for the evening, and we can't wait to see what she comes up with for us later on. As the session goes on, please feel free to use the chat bar down there. That goes for people out watching in Facebook or YouTube, and for people here in the Zoom chat. Great to just chat about songs that go on. If you want to offer words of encouragement for different singers, it just helps the whole thing get past even easier. So, we're going to kick off with three singers. The first will be Connor, aka Techno Peasant, up in and around Derry. We'll move on there with Melissa Weaver Dunning. I think I have that right, or Dunning Weaver, I can't sure. And third up, we'll have Moira Ní Chrónin. So let me get Connor unmuted. Connor, I've asked to unmute you. Are you there, Connor?
I am here, unmuted, and
how are you, Connor?
Audible.
Are you well?
Good, very good. Up on the mountains. I'm well. I was on the hills, and I came back for this tonight, so it's worth leaving the mountains to try and get a better reception at least.
Well, either place I'm sure would be worth your time. And what are you going to sing for us?
I was coming through Claudy on the way back tonight, and this song came into my head, and I know it's a different Claudy, but I'll sing the song anyway. So it's jogging along the Claudy and the sour milk cart.
Lovely stuff, Connor. Thanks.
I am a country servant, a servant near Kilban, a little place near Hamilton, a dear old market town. 'Twas early in the morning, just as at the start, a jogging along the Claudy on the sour milk cart. 'Twas on the corner of the street, a girl I can't pass, and on the corner of it was a bonny country lass. Says she, me pretty fair, me, will you come along with me? I'm taking the road to Claudy, the old grey mare and me. Her cheeks as red as roses, eyes are bonny blue. A dancing gallants, and she pierced me through and through. I'll ne'er forget the morning when Cupid shot his dart. I was jogging up to Claudy on the sour milk cart. Well, up she got beside me, and on the cart she sat. Me wistits and that's in got round her waist, and we then got in the chat. And nerds in the bushes, they sang there at their ease. The blackbirds and the thrushes, how they made the valley sing. Cheeks as red as roses, and eyes are bonny blue. A dancing, gallantsin', she pierced me through and through. I'll ne'er forget that morning when Cupid shot his dart. A jogging along the Claudy on the sour milk cart. Ye's heard the lords and ladies making love in fancy bowers, and how they would disport amidst the bushes and the flowers. Well, I'll ne'er forget the morning when Cupid shot his dart. We were jogging along through Claudy on the sour milk cart. Her cheeks as red as roses, and eyes are bonny blue. A dancing gallants, and she pierced me through and through. And never forget the morning when Cupid shot his dart. We were jogging along the Claudy on the sour milk cart.
Oh, a rousing and fitting start, Connor. Thanks so much Now, I can only imagine the last place you want to meet a prospective lover is on the way to a fair on any kind of cart. Bad things tend to happen in those settings. But you did a fantastic job. Thanks so much, Connor. Okay, we will move along to Melissa Weaver Dunning. Melissa, I'm going to unmute you, or at least, we have you unmuted. How are you, Melissa?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad. Remind us where you're calling from, Melissa.
Virginia in the United States.
Beautiful. And what are you going to sing for us?
Barbara Allen.
3 times in a row.
Hold on a second now, Melissa. Sorry. I think I might have.
Wow, that's something, isn't it?
Oh, I've allowed people to unmute themselves. Let me just mute everybody again. Okay, now I have to unmute you again, Melissa. Sorry about that. We have you, Melissa. Remind us, what are you going to sing for us?
Oh, Barbara Allen. I got this from Johnny Moynihan. I think he got it from Sarah Macomb.
Beautiful.
It came all late, all in the year. The green fields, they were fallen when young Johnny rose from his own country, fell in love with Barbara Allen. Get up, her mother said. Get up and go and see him. Mother dear, do you not mind the time that you told me how to slight him? Get up, her father said. Get up and go and see him. Father dear, do you not mind the time that you told me how to shun him? Slowly, slowly she's got up, and slowly she put on her. Slowly she went to his bedside, and slowly looked on him. You're lying low, young man, she said, and almost nearer dying. One word from you would bring me to, if your name be Barbara Allen. One word from me you never shall have, nor any young man breathen. For the better of me you never shall be, though your heart's blood was a spilling. Look down to my bed's foot. It's there you'll see them lying, bloody sheets and bloody shirts. I sweat them for you, Allen. Look up to my bed's head. It's there you'll see them hanging. My gold watch and my gold chain, I bestow them to you, Allen. As she was going out to her mother's house, she heard the death bell ringing, and every toll that the death bell did make, it was woe be to you, Allen. As she was going out to her father's house, she met the funeral coming. Lay down, that wearisome corpse, till I get looking on him. She's lifted the lid from off of the corpse and bursted out with laughing, and all his weary friends around cried, hard-hearted Barbara Allen. as she was going into her mother's house. Make my bed long and narrow, for the death bell did ring for my true love today. It will ring for me tomorrow. Out of one grave there grew a red rose, and out of the other a briar, and they both twisted into a true lover's knot, and there remained forever.
Oh, Melissa, that was beautiful. Thank you so much for that. Where do you stand on the debate about Barbie Allen? Do you think she got a raw deal? Do you think she's remembered as hard-hearted when really she just rejected a man that was flirting with all the ladies around town? Where do you stand?
I think she stood up for herself.
Yeah, I think so too. I think
She died in the end, so.
I mean, yeah. People still looking on her like she was hard-hearted. I mean, it's not like she didn't pay for the crime, but anyway, that was a beautiful rendition, and I think
Thank you.
you did her justice. Okay, we'll move over now to Moira Nichronin. Moira, I'm going to ask to unmute you.
How are you doing? I'm interested in your comment on poor old Barbie Allen. I have this book. I don't know if it can be seen in the.
We can see it.
Yeah, it's called Savage Her Reply, and it's a retelling of the Children of Lear from the point of view of the stepmother. And it's really, really, really doing strange things to my head, is all I can say. A great book, really interesting, and picked it up out of kind of by accident, and I'm enjoying reading it. So I think we've got 2 for 2 in terms of unrequited love so far. So I thought I would do this one, which is not a million miles away from the same theme, but not particularly similar. So there lived a lady in the North Country, and she was fairest of all, with 2 sparkling eyes like the morning star, and skin as white as the snow, and skin as white as the snow. One morning her father came to her, saying, "Love, you look so pale. Have you got any sore sickness?" he said, "or been deceived by anyone, or been deceived by anyone?" "I haven't got any sore sickness," she said, "nor been deceived by anyone. But I'm sorry, sorry to the very, very heart, that my true love's gone so long, long, that my true love's gone so long. Oh, is he a duke, or is he an earl, or is he a lord of fame? Oh no, kind sir, he's your own serving man, that is lately come from Spain, Spain, that is lately come from Spain. Oh, call him up, the Papish dog, and call him up to me. It's tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock that hanged he'll surely be. That hanged he'll surely be. Oh, God forbid you, Father, she said, that such a thing would be. For if you hang John Barber, she said, you will get no good of me. You will get no good of me. The very next morning when they came in, by 1, by 2, by 3, John Barbary used to be the very first man. Now the very last came he. Now the very last came he. He had dressed himself in a suit of green, fit for any duke or earl, with 2 sparkling eyes like the morning sun, and skin as white as the snow, and skin as white as the snow. It's no wonder, dear daughter, that you fell in love with such a man as he. For if I were a maid, as I am a man, it's my true love he'd surely be. It's my true love he'd surely be. Will you marry my daughter, John Barber, he said. Will you take her by the hand, and will you live and dine with us, and be Earl of all my land, and be Earl of all my land? I will marry your daughter, John Barber said. I will take her by the hand, but I'll neither live nor dine with you, nor be Earl of all your land, nor be Earl of all your land. For it's as John Barber that you know me. Well, I am the King of Spain, and it's all for the sake of your only daughter. I will plough the raging main. I will plough the raging main. For it's for the £1 that you could lay down, I will lay down 33, and I'll take your daughter along with me to Spain across the sea, to Spain across the sea. While he's mounted his love on the milk-white steed, and he's mounted on a bay, and they have as much land as you could walk around, for the length of a long summer's day, for the length of a long summer's day. Sinead?
Go hall in the water. Okay. We will move on now to Liam Quinn. Liam, I'm going to ask to unmute you.
Okay.
Liam, how are you?
Good, McNair. Thanks a million for the invite. Now it's great. It's my first time in this session, so it's
Yeah. I was going to ask if you'd been with us before. Where are you calling from?
Italy. Actually, I'm living over in Italy, so a long old way away. But no, I recognized some of the faces already. I've done a couple of Zoom sessions, so it's great to see some familiar faces, and the singing's great. So really enjoying it.
What are you going to sing for us?
Yeah, so I said I have to sing a Seamus Ennis song, so I'm going to sing this one. Hopefully I'm not stealing someone else's song, but listen, I'll give this one a go. Jimmy went fowling with his dog and his gun, fowling all the day till the night it came on. He met with his true love and took her for a swan, and he shot his Molly Bon by the setting of the sun. Jimmy went home with his gun in his hand, sad and broken-hearted, as you might understand. He said to his father, I took her for a swan, but oh, and alas, it was my own Molly Bon. Then out bespoke his father, and he was old and grey, saying, stay in this country and do not run away. Stay in this country till your trial it comes on, for you'll never lose your life for the loss of a swan. It was in 6 months after to her uncle she appeared, crying, Uncle, dear uncle, don't think to shoot my dear. With my apron all around me, he took me for a swan, and he never would have murdered his own Molly Bon. Molly, you were my soaring, my joy and heart's delight. It's often I think of you when dreaming through the night. You were the pride of your country and the baronies all along, and soon I will follow you, my own Molly Bon. Sinead?
Lovely, lovely stuff, Liam. Your first time at the Seamus Ennis Art Centre, but if we've any luck, it won't be your last. I tell you one thing though, geez, murder investigations must have been a bit different in those days. I don't know if you could. I just thought you was a swan. I'm sorry, like, you know. But sure, listen. You're very welcome here. The third Saturday of every month. You'd be more than welcome to join us anytime.
Thank you very much. Thank
Great stuff. Okay, we are going to move ahead now with Kate Crossing. Kate, I'm going to ask to unmute you. Are you there, Kate? We have you. Kate, how are you?
Grand, thanks. Yeah, good.
And what are you going to sing for us?
I'm going to sing a song from where my mother is from Arbo in County Tyrone, and it was there's lots of songs by this local poet, John Canavan. So it's just a pride of place song, and it just a wee song that my daddy used to sing for my mommy. So I'll give that a go.
It's great, okay.
Fare thee well, my green-clad native house. Fare thee well, my shamrock plains. Ye verdant banks of sweet Loch Ness, ye silvery winding streams, though far from home and green Tyrone, my Flora first I strayed. I adore you, Killicolby, where I spent my boyhood days. Shall I ne'er behold Shane's castle bold, or gaze on Mazarine? Shall my cotard land on the banks of the Bann, Coney Island or Rosking? Shall the autumn gale fill my sail, or the dim declining moon see me tempest tossed on the shores of Doss, or the raging Bay of Tyn? Shall I never grow by Belmont's grove, or Carnon's lofty hills, or hear again the fairy tale of the Rath behind the mill? Shall the nightingale that charmed the vale be heard by me no more? As I watch the leave, the wild drake leave for the bogs of sweet Dramore. All for you are both the tears do flow when I think and call to mind my parents dear, and friends sincere, and comrades true and kind. But I hope to gaze on your flowery braes ere 7 long years pass o'er, and hands to clasp in friendship's grasp of those I left behind. My friends out here in America have all that their hearts desire. Their pockets filled with dollar bills and dressed in grand attire. But I'd give it all for one country ball night by the old hearthstone, in a cottage near Loch Ness, oh dear, my own, my native land. And although, alas, long years have passed, still I toast that beauteous isle. And short or long in that land of song, the star of peace might smile. May plenty bloom from the banneton, and the shamrock verdant grow, green around those graves, near Loch Ness waves and the old cross of Ardo.
Good grief, Kate. That was beautiful. You must have had some romantic in that daddy of yours.
You know what? It's an old softie.
I'm not surprised here. Beautiful, beautiful singing, Kate. Thank you so much. Okay, we will move over now to the ever-reliable Mick Dunn. Mick, I'm going to ask to unmute you. Mick Dunn, how are you?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I've been worse. What do you have for us?
Cool about it. I'll do a Peace and Aaron.
Go for it.
Where humankind is supposed to be exponents of equality, no more contention there would be upon the plains of Erin. Originally we are sprung from the same well, old and young. These words should come from every tongue. We will cherish peace in Erin. If created by one deity to live in peace, let's all agree in unity and harmony with every class in Erin. On Sunday, if our roads do lie to Clough or to the glens hard by, it should not weaken friendship's ties amongst the sons of Erin. What shore can boast so pure an air, or sons more brave, or girls more fair, or who were e'er esteemed in war before the boys of Erin? Their courage far abroad is known, in the field of Mars their glory shone. Then let us cultivate at home the laws of peace in Erin. Would freedom fair and commerce smile upon my dear, my native isle? Not Egypt with her flowing Nile could equal thee, sweet Erin. Fine silver lakes and purling springs, and and verdant groves where music rings, and health with healing in her wings to bless the land of Erin. 'Tis principle that shows the man this is the best, the only plan, and one that we should build upon when passing through old Erin. So let us at the present day drive prejudice and spleen away, far, far beyond the Atlantic Sea, and all shake hands in Erin.
Oh, lovely stuff. I didn't comment before. You're rocking out the Danny Zuko there.
That's a filter. I can't turn it off.
Looks great. Far from the croppies cut. Okay, we shall move on now from Armagh to New York, and I'm going to ask Alice Farrell Perlman to unmute if I can find her. There we are. Alice, do we have you? We do.
You do.
How are you, Alice?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. All things
good.
considered.
I know everybody's asking you that, but I hope you're staying
do I look off or something? Is there a look in my eye?
You look as brilliant as ever, Mac.
What have you got for us?
Well, this is one that I got from actually the singing of my brother, but he got it from John McCormick recording that my dad had when we were kids. So I'll give this a go.
Lovely.
As I was a-walking one morning in May, to hear the birds whistle and see the lambs play, I spied a young damsel, so sweetly sang she, down by the green bushes where she chanced to meet me. Oh, why are you loitering here, pretty maid? I'm waiting for me true love. Softly she said, shall I be your true love? And will you agree to leave your own true love and marry with me? I will give you fine beavers and fine silken gowns. I'll give you fine petticoats, flounced to the ground. I'll give you fine jewels and live just for thee, if you'll leave your own true love and marry with me. I want none of your beavers nor fine silken hose, for I'm not so poor as to marry for clothes. But if you be constant and true unto me, I'll leave my own true love and marry with thee. Come, let us be going, kind sir, if you please. Come, let us be going from under these trees. For yonder is coming my true love I see, down by the green bushes where he thinks to meet me. And when he came there and he found she was gone, he looked very foolish and cried, all forlorn. She's gone with another and forsaken me, down by the green bushes where she vowed to meet me. Sinead.
Wonderful stuff, Alice. Jesus, I tell you, standards must have changed. You know, these days you might woo a woman with some Chanel perfume. I don't know if offering her some beavers would really do much in a modern context. But listen, I mean,
I often wonder if I should change that lyric to something else. But
listen.
Considering the context of when the song was written, I figure
who knows.
Thanks, Dara.
No worries. Thanks for saying that. Okay, up next we will have Anne Skelton. Anne, I'm going to ask to unmute you. You have to accept my unmuting. Do we have Anne? Oh dear, I just muted you again by accident, Anne. Let me try that again. There we go. How are you, Anne?
How are you doing, Dara?
Not too bad at all.
Just when I thought I was getting the hang of it. Thanks, Dara. Yeah, I'll give a go at a song that I was revisiting some vinyl albums during the week, and I came across this oldie from, I don't know if you can see it or not, General Humbert from 1978. Okay. You were much too young to remember that, but you weren't even born. So on that is a song called The Ball Princess Royal, which I'm sure everybody knows. So I'll give that a go. On the 14th day of February, we sailed from the land on the Bold Princess Royal, bound for Newfoundland. We had 40 bright sailors for our ship's company, and boldly from the eastwards to the westward sailed we. We had not been sailing scarce days 2 or 3, when a man from the masthead a sail he did see. She bobbed down upon us to see what we were, and from under her mizzen black colours she wore. Oh God, cried our captain, what shall we do now? For there comes a bow pirate to rob us, I know. Oh no, cried our chief mate, that cannot be so. We'll spread out our reek, boys, and from her we'll go. And when this foul pirate came up alongside, through a loud speaking trumpet, he said, "Who are you?" "Our captain at the quarterdeck," he answered him so. "We come from fair London, and we're bound for Cairo." "Then draw up your courses and keep your ship still, for I've got a letter I'm sending by you. We'll draw up our courses and keep our ship still, but it'll be in some harbour, not alongside of you." He chased us to windward for all that long day. He chased us to windward 3 nights and a day. He chased us to windward, but could not prevail, while the bold Princess Royal, it showed him her tail. "Oh God," cried our captain, "now the pirate has gone. Bring a cask of the brandy, for that is one. Go down to your grog, boys, and be of good cheer, for as long as we sail on, bonny boys, never fear." The Bold Prince is right. Thank you, Derek.
Absolutely beautiful, Anne. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
And I can only hope we'll be seeing more of you as the months go on.
Thank you.
Great stuff. Okay, we will move down to Wexford now to our good friend Gavin Byrne. Gavin, I'm going to ask to unmute you. We have you, Gavin.
Good evening, Dara. Lovely to be here. Great.
Lovely to have you. Lovely to have you. What are you going to sing for us?
I'm going to try the Suit of Grey. I learned it from Lucy Donaghy. It's a Cyril Tawney song from England, and it's Jack Crawford's version. So we'll try that.
Okay.
I took a walk one September day, when I met a young man dressed in grey. A glaze of sadness was in his eyes. I heard his grief as he passed me by. Oh, love is fine in the month of June, but the autumn wind comes round too soon. They'll cool her heart like some devil's fan, and then you'll find you're a lonely man. When I wore the navy blue, no girl on earth could I find as true. But now my suit's of the sober grey. Her love belongs to another day. She had those eyes that belong to queens, the sharpest blue that I'd ever seen. Her hair was soft as a passing cloud, her skin as pure as an angel's shroud. I know my pleas, they're no good at all, just a summer breeze on the castle wall. But who's to say that someday I'll find a window through to her changing mind? And now he walks down on the strand, just a bunch of pebbles in his hand. And as he casts each one into the tide, he feels the pain of the way she lied. So, sailors all, if you would have her true, never court your girl in the navy blue. For when you change to the sober grey, her heart will turn the other way. Sinead, agus gur maithagh.
Gramadse, Gavin, lovely stuff. Okay, Thomas Condol, here's go Corky, go Marnie Chelacher, Moira. I'm going to try to unmute you, Moira. I've sent the request there.
Yeah.
Moira, cachol tu.
An the brafad gurmagad.
Yeah.
Gur vachtara. Can hig me, I'll sing Unkosher. It's just a light-hearted song about a tinker's wedding and disasters that happened on the way, including that the pot, which was a clay pot with all the porter in it, fell on the road and it all got spilt, which was a disaster. But anyway, they seem to have got married at the end. They met a priest on the road, and this all happened in Killarney, it seems.
Grazie.
Now, the gloishan bahalach tostalach is patin a rasteler horde gadir iglanach on koshere on hier de chorer na star hev. A hachte valle trivoher Turkis and patin vi kangel her horde ga. The hit John Conner a horner likagus shoe the chwilanele fana. Some tidy it'll de dum, some tidy it'll de dum, some tidy it'll de dum, some tidy it'll de arrow. The Louis gun farkel o cron and sun is doort tam kracht a good dole shin. Nor a vi on canna gan toine ges gan brens a veilach on vlach. The voile was a go croit and sun is doort tam kracht a go brach le shin. Koord en nester a time en ish gan chlu gan enim gan arhoch. Some tidy it'll de dum, some tidy it'll de dum, some tidy it'll de dum, some tidy it'll de arrow. Vi fwem on nasa mar hjola cos, dridder praska da all mar funch. Ra eg bakrig le mor te sjaun, snachar vi en tyri en narde. Bhí síle chlach mar chócar acu is feolach ar glabig darós ar bhir. Go bhaid fi ballathe dróitirthe ó bheith ina cricin le ráthe. Sun tidy dum, sun tidy dum, sun tidy dum, sun tidy arrow. Do glóis an gasar ar seol go moch is níor ef capel na cóiste cá, ach fa agach an póstar ha is iad a dulga kilarne. Da bhfuil an sagart sa ród an po is dóibh de bhenig go córach léig. Teigi a bhaile gus tógig, teigi gus cuirig bhúr gapfuil ar stabla. Sun tidy dum, sun tidy dum, sun tidy dum, sun tidy arrow. Go daine a ní cór dat sin is ní dói gang lacham de chóirle nish. Tenam cos fallen nú Porsche lingus verhe míid knagar a landet. Lach farragan sagarts bevor a flick ní riot cos fallen na Porsche liv. Door whom voor galles voor lo me firgus posse der vallag na sraidiad. Sun tidy dum, sun tidy dum, sun tidy dum, sun tidy arrow. Shinny, I'm out.
Glóte nach linne atá antá. Thank you so much for that, Moira. That was absolutely wonderful. And you're welcome here any month you feel you have the inclination.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Great stuff.
Thanks.
Okay. Five erbe. So we will go over now to the west coast of the United States, I believe in around San Francisco, to Pamela Reinigal. Pamela, I'm going to ask to unmute you. We have you, Pamela. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for calling me. I'm, I guess, about 500 miles from San Francisco in San Diego on the Mexican border.
Problem. My fault. All the same to us.
No worries. I don't have a song that I learned from Seamus Innes, nor a song from where I live now. But I have a song that was collected by Seamus Innes that came from where I used to live in Boston. That's a New England version of a transportation ballad that made its way back to Aberdeenshire, and he collected it from the singer Gene Elvin.
We'll let you away with it, Pamela.
All right. I was brought up in Boston, town you all know well. Raised by honest parents, the truth to you I'll tell. Brought up by honest parents, and raised most tenderly, till I became a roving lad at the age of 23. I started out for smuggling, I knew it was a crime. All the while was well engaged, nearly caught for many's the time, till at last a bold exciseman took courage and ran me in. For 7 long years a convict, I'll be sent to Charlestown. My photograph was taken, and I was put in jail. My parents tried, but all in vain, to get me out on bail. The jury found me guilty. The clerk, he wrote it down. For 7 long years a convict, I've been sent to Charlestown. Oh, what did my poor father think when he saw me in the box? What did my poor mother think She was tearing down her locks. She was tearing down her bonny grey locks. The tears came trickling down. Son, oh son, what's this you've done? You've been sent to Charlestown. They put me on an eastern train on a cold November day, and every station we passed through, you could hear the people say, "There goes the Boston smuggler, with chains he's well tied down, and for some crime or other he's being sent to Charlestown." But I've a friend in Boston, a girl that I know well, and when my time is over, it's along with her I'll dwell. I'll give up all bad company, and likewise drink and rum, for these have been the cause of me being sent to Charlestown. Sinead.
Lovely stuff, Pamela. Thanks so much. Okay, we will move over now to League Slip via South Armagh. I'm going to ask Micheál Quinn to sing, and then if Ben-Rí would sing one after him too, that would be great. I've asked to unmute you, Micheál. We have you. Micheál, how are you?
I'm very good there. How are things?
Not too bad. What have you got for us?
I'll sing Jim O'Neill's version of Aaron's Green Show.
Lovely.
One evening of late, as I rambled by the side of a clear purling stream, I sat down on a bed of primroses, and then quickly fell into a dream. I dreamt I beheld a fair female, her equal I'd ne'er seen before, and she sighed as she thought of her country, and she strolled around Erin's green shore. Her eyes were like two sparkling diamonds, or the stars on a cold frosty night. Her cheeks were like two blooming roses, her skin like the ivory white. She was dressed in the richest attire, and green was the mantle she wore, tied around with the shamrocks and roses that bloom around Erin's green shore. I quickly approached this fair female, saying, "My jewel, pray tell me your name, for really to me you're a stranger, or I would not have asked you the same." She appeared like the goddess of freedom, and liberty's emblem she wore. She's the sweet south of the valley, and the flower of Erin's green shore. She answered, kind sir, I'm a stranger, and my mind unto you I'll disclose. I'm here in the midst of all danger, and I don't know my friends from my foes. I came here to visit your island. From England I've lately sailed o'er. I have come to awaken my brothers who slumber around Erin's green shore. I see you're a true son of Grania, so my mind unto you I'll disclose. Go to the meeting at Maclaren now, and there truly your enemies expose. For when you possess true wisdom, no enemy can call to your door, and the joys of real freedom shall beam on the poor around Erin's green shore. In transports of joy I awoke then, but alas, it was only a dream. That beautiful damsel had vanished, and I longed for to see her again. May the powers above be her guardian, for I'll never see her more. And may the sunbeams of freedom illumine the natives of Erin's green shore.
Mighty stuff, Michal. Mighty. What have you got for us, Benry?
I'll have a go with this one. Look, Aaron Shore, I think.
Lovely.
I am a rambling Irishman, and I've rambled up and down, still looking for my equal. As yet I never did find. I ne'er found one to call my own, till I came to the mooring shore, and it's there I met a charming girl, and she has my heart in store. The first time that I met my love, it was in Kilkeel town. I viewed her mild behaviour as she walked up and down. She is fairer than the Queen of May, and for beauty she has more, and she is the darling of my heart, and she dwells on the mooring shore. The next time that I met my love, it was in Moran Strand. I boldly stepped up to her, and I gave to her my hand. I put my arm around her waist, and I gave her kisses 3, and said I, my pretty Moran girl, will you pad the road with me? To pad the road with you, young man, I am a year too young. And besides, and all you lorgan lads have a false and flattering tongue.
Through that.
But the eventide was coming down, and she could no longer stand, and she fell into my arms on the banks of the Moran Strand. And when she came unto herself and saw what she had done, she wrung her hands and tore her hair, saying, I'm forever undone. Will you marry me, my lorgan lad, as you promised me before? And my father will divide his lands on the banks of the Moran shore. I will tell you, as you told me, I am a year too young. And besides, and all you Moran girls have a false and flattering tongue. But if ever I live to come of age, my vows I will make stand, and I'll marry you, my Moran girl, on the banks of the Moran Strand.
Lovely.
Lovely stuff, the pair of you. That must be, there was a little crosstalk comment in the middle of that song. That must be the first time I've heard one of those in well over a year. Great stuff. And another thing we haven't heard much of in the last year or so is chorus and harmony singing. So we're going to head over to Ken and Peter in London to give us a bit of that, and then we will head to our special guest for the evening. So Ken and Peter, I'm going to ask to unmute you. Have we got Ken and Peter in the building? We do.
Okay, right.
How's all you two?
We're fine, thank you. And you?
Not bad, not bad.
Good man, good man. Yeah, you'd think this would be the ideal situation, wouldn't you? But in lockdown to learn new songs, but neither of us seem to be able to get down to it at all.
This is
something you'll have heard us sing before.
Favourites from Joe Holmes and Graham. Isn't
it? It happened for to be on a cold and winter's evening, a fair maid sat waiting all alone. She was thinking on her father, likewise her aged mother, and also her true lover John. Young Johnny, he was sweet, and he promised her to meet, but he tarried an hour too long. He met with great delay, which caused him for to stray, and her weary waiting all alone. Young Johnny came at last, and he found the doors all fast, so he slowly rattled at the pane. This fair maid she arose, and hurried on her clothes in haste for to let young Johnny in. All around the waist he caught her, and unto bed he brought her, and they lay there a talking of their plans. I wish this mate, says she, this night would prove to be as long since the world first began. Fly up, oh fly up, my pretty little cock, and don't crow until it breaks day. And your cages shall be made of the very shining gold, and your wings of the silvery grey. But this pretty little cock, so cruel as he was, he crowed a full hour too soon, and sent her love away before the break of day, it being only the light of the moon. This fair maid she arose, and quickly followed after. When will he come to see me? When the fishes they do fly, the seas they all run dry, and sun and moon shine brightly all on me. It was once I thought my love was as constant unto me as the rocks they are true unto the ground. But since that I do find he has altered in his mind, I would rather live single than be bound.
Yahoo! Well, I can think of no more fitting an introduction to our special guest evening. That was rousing singing, the pair of you. Thank you so much. We will move on now to Rosie Stewart. I was given a sort of virtual pinch on the arm a few months back. I was told I was talking up our guests too much to the point that I was putting a lot of pressure on them. So I won't flatter Rosie too much, but let's just say you all know who she is and know what an important singer she is. And I am nothing but delighted to have her with us. So Rosie, I'm going to ask to unmute you and we'll give you the floor for the next 20 minutes or so. Rosie, how are you?
I'm all right, Dara. Thank you. Just to say before I start singing, it's been absolutely wonderful listening to all the songs and the singers that have gone before me. Very, very good singing and so on. And thank you, Dara, for inviting me to take part in this tonight. So I thought I might concentrate on Fermanagh songs that maybe aren't so widely sung. The first one I'm going to sing, I think I might just sing it and then talk about it after, if I can get through it. Hang on till we get the note. By the sweet river Nanny on a fine summer's morning, the small birds were singing the meadows in bloom. The fields they were charming and everything pleasing, which coaxed me to wander far away from my loom. I carelessly did stray by a lonely plantation, for to view a fair one. Some time I stood still. She eclipsed bright Flora in her lofty station. She's Bessie, the beauty of Rossignol Hill. With most admiration I did gaze on my Bessie. Her eyes were like diamonds that sparkle and shine. Queen Helen was never so handsome or pleasing as she when she walked out down by the woodside. But I eagerly longed to get in conversation with that matchless fair one that had
me in thrill. So I courteously bowed, and with great humiliation I spoke to Miss Bessie of Rossinier Hill. Well done, darling, then really please pardon my folly for daring to speak to a goddess you know. And a pity a man who's in deep melancholy, who was struck down by Cupid and tortured in woe. Your adolescent appearance has my heart attracted. You may kill or cure me, but I'm here at your will. The stars of the bosom attracted me. Sweet Bessie, the beauty of Rossinier Hill. She said then, young man, you'll resist such intrusion. On some other fair one, perhaps you might scheme. For you have deceived me, so drop the illusion. I will not be flattered, I'll tell you quite plain. For you know I'm no goddess, but a merely terrestrial, a poor peasant's daughter that lives near the mill. So banter no longer, nor treat me celestial, said Bessie, the beauty of Rossinier Hill. I said then, fair maid, I am no deceiver, and I cannot slight you at all for being poor. I'm happy that poverty is no high treason, for wealth unto any man is never secure. But till I see my parents, I can give you no answer. I'm resolved evermore their commands I'll fulfill, and to proceed further 'twould be only romancing, said Bessie, the beauty of Rossinier Hill. Well, I bid her goodbye, and I parted with Bessie. I watched her cross Bow Mountain, that enchanted place, and the most hard and tyrant time sure would me pity, if he was aware of my heart-wrenching case. So now I'll go home and apply to my shuttle. I'll use my eggs exertions of my heart and my skill, and unto blind Cupid I mean to do battle, for he's wounded me sore on Rossinier Hill. And so that's the, Bessie the Beauty of Rossinier Hill. It came from Mick Hoy, who was a great fiddle player from Derrygonnelly. Gaby McArdle has a very good story. Gaby got the song from Mick, and I subsequently got it from Gaby. But Gaby said Mick used to play it as a slow air. And I know that people like Gary Hastings would still play it as a slow air. They would have spent time, Gary Hastings and Mairead Nwini and Frankie Kennedy would have spent time in Derrygonnelly with Seamus Quillen back, I suppose, in the 70s. And Gaby used to be there as well. So he heard Mick playing the tune. Mick had only a verse or two, but he said some years later, he said he was in the Cozy Bar in Derrygonnelly, just having a pint. There was no music or nothing going on. He says, this cub come running in, and he says, I believe you were looking for the words of this, and he shoved these pages into Gaby's hand. Gaby didn't know who the boy was, and McGriskin's had the bar at the time. Nobody in the pub knew who he was either. Just thought it was a good old story, you know. Probably not a word about it. Anyway, I'd sing a song now. The next one I want to do is one that I got from the singing of my father. Again, it's a song that, you know, isn't sort of widely sung. I have given it to people, but whether they ever sang it or not, I couldn't really say. I know I one time had the pleasure of giving the words of it to John Kennedy, who's now sadly deceased. But anyway, so there's a song called Farewell Dear Erin. And he got it from the singing of the Madlone sisters from Noah, around Derrygonnelly somewhere as well. We have great connections with Derrygonnelly. Farewell, dear Erin, I must leave you to cross the shores to a foreign clime. Farewell to friends and to kind relations. My old age parents I leave behind. My heart is breaking for to leave you, where I spent many's the happy day, with the lads and the lasses and for windlasses. But now I'm bound for America. Adieu, green hills and your lovely valleys, where with my true love I often roamed, and fondly told her I ne'er would leave her, whilst walking through each sweet silent grove. But I must leave you, my blooming Mary, where fortune kind love at home might stay. But do not mourn, for I'll return, and I'll take you off to America. Now, lovely Willie, do not leave me. I love you dearly, right away, you know. And for to go to a foreign nation,
and leave me pining in grief and woe. The crops are failing, the times are changing, which causes thousands to sail away. But if you'll wait until next season, we'll both sail off to America. Now change your mind, love, and you will find we will have good times around Erin shore. And I'll endeavour to work and labour, or to maintain you every last hour. Right, well I know the times are changing, which causes thousands to sail away. I do intend to let none prevent it, or to seek adventure in America. Unknown to parents, friends, and relations, my dearest Willie, with you I'll go. And I have plenty to bring us over, since you're not content, love, to stay at home. He gave consent straight away they went, and they got married without delay. For £50 then she did lay down, saying our joys we'll crown in America. Well,
lovely stuff, lovely stuff, Rosie. Sorry to interrupt you there. We're just getting a small bit of interference on the line. So what I might do is I might just turn off your video for a second. You continue on, and then I might try it back up again if it improves. All right?
Right. Okay. No bother. So yeah, So this is actually quite strange, talking to myself in my own kitchen, and people are one listening to me. But anyway, I assume that you lot are listening to me out there. So this next song that I'm going to sing is a song that it comes from the writing of a man called Matt Duggan. Matt Duggan was from Derry Lynn in the county of Fermanagh, and he wrote some wonderful poetry and some great songs. I think it was poetry that was kind of like set to music more than that he wrote songs. I think he wrote poetry and people put tunes to them. But this one, I got it from the singing of a man called Tommy McDermott from Lisnaskea in County Fermanagh. There's a song called The Old McMahon Spade. Matt Duggan lived a very interesting life. He went to London. He was born in Glasgow, and he came back here, and he lived, I think, with his uncle, maybe. He didn't live with his parents, but he went to England anyway. And when the war started, the Second World War started, he joined the army, and he was in Dunkirk, and he was in the North African campaign, and he seemed to live a very exciting life, maybe you could say. But sadly, he passed away. He was quite a young man when he passed away. He was 65. So he wrote this song, and it's called The Old McMahon Spade. And it mightn't mean much to anybody, but his writings appeal to me because he talks about a life that I understood and that I grew up with. And I guess that my generation is probably the last generation that, witnessed it or whatever. So anyway, and there's a bit in it about the common marker. So that dates the song. I'd say it was written probably about 1973. Anyway, The Old McMahon Spade.
When history is written in the years that lie ahead, and the times we're passing through are all of the past, our present politicians and their henchmen may be dead. Will our people be enjoying peace at last? There will be a passing reference to the farmers of today, and of all the drastic changes they have made. Well, I hope some kind historian will have a word to say, or for Mama's friend, the old McMahon spade. When the mighty lie had done its work and the men who fought it died, and we didn't have a tool to take its place, the Pratas and the oaten mill still had to be supplied, or starvation stared the people in the face. Then a genius named McMahon from Tennessee, Bogan near Ross Bay, he built a foundry and put the lift into a blade. He got the people's blessing and they used it every day. And for Mana got the old McMahon spade. Now for many men could wield it with dexterity and skill, and a few sights are more beautiful to see than a rows of parallel ridges in rotation on a hill, all identical in Euclid symmetry. And the mothers we were reared by one clothes to lend a hand, and they could step into the breach quite undismayed, and dig a butt of predators just as good as any man, with for Mana's friend the old McMahon spade. Now we've joined the common market, we have no need to work at all, just to turn the cattle loose and let them grow. And when they've eaten all the meal, we sell them in the fall, and hibernate while Arctic breezes blow. The old friend that gave us sustenance in your hour of greatest need is now cast upon the scrap heap and betrayed, scorned even by the people that it helped to clothe and feed. Their Mana's friend, the old McMahon spade. That's the old McMahon spade.
Lovely stuff, Rosie. I'll stick back on your video there. We're still getting a small bit of interference, but it sounds great. I'll just better to see you than not. So if you just want to accept my video going back on.
Start the video again, right? Grand. Now,
there we go.
So I'm going to finish off this week's section again in the Fermanagh vein. This song was written by a son of Fermanagh, Mickey McConnell, who lives in Listowel now in County Kerry. Mickey, of course, has written some absolutely wonderful songs, but this is one of my favorites. It's a song called Follow the Flag, and I'm singing this for Anne and Seamus if they're tuned in. They may or may not be, but if they are, I'm singing this song for them. I might as well tell you, Seamus is a cousin of Mickey McConnell's. He's quite proud of Mickey, as you would be. The lad was 14 when his daddy came home, eyes blackened, his fist cut and bleeding. If you follow the flag, son, his daddy said, then that's no small loss of blood you'll be heeding. There was guns in the night soon and bombs in the dawn. His whole small terraced world was aflame. Wide awake in his bed, blankets over his head, he learned follow the flag was the game. At age 18 came a knock on the door, and the lads then they asked him to join, to follow his father and granddad before all his folks since the days of the vine. His knuckles were white, his eyes glistening and bright, as he tied the old oath to new name. For he knew what to do, what must be gone through, when to follow the flag is the game. But which flag did he follow? Was it green, white and gold, or was it the red, white and blue? The harp or the lily, King James or King Billy, that's the riddle I'm leaving with you. At age 21 he slept with a gun, and he sent many men to the tomb. There was ice in his eyes and blood on his hands, his mere whisper could seal a man's doom. And he led a man much older, because he was bolder. From his comrades he won great acclaim. A price on his head, other living or dead, proved that follow the flag was the game. At age 26 on a dark Belfast street, his wrong place and wrong time intersected. As the black cab slipped by, he knew he would die, for one moment of caution neglected. As the guns took his life, their orange flames tipped with white, he wondered who was to blame. So swiftly he died that night, ardent men cried, and to follow the flag was no gain. But which flag did he fall for? Was it green, white and gold? Or was it the red, white and blue? The harp or the lily, King James or King Billy, that's the riddle I'm leaving with you. They buried him swiftly, the flag o'er his grave, from his riders' outstanding oration. Oh, he died for his country, is what they all said, rearranging 6 feet of his mission. The flag it was folded to his mother it went, in an ending that's always the same. Young warriors are sleeping, old mothers are weeping, when to follow the flag is the game. But which flag did she weep o'er? Was it green, white and gold? Or was it the red, white and blue? The harp or the lily, King James or King Billy, that's the riddle I'm leaving with you. Follow the flag. Chinwell.
Absolutely mighty stuff, Rosie Stewart. Thank you so much. Folks, we will hear more from Rosie in the second half. What we're going to do now is take 5 minutes of a break and then get going up again. What I'll do is give you the ability to unmute yourselves, and you can have a wee chat to each other as though it was halftime in a bar or something like that. And we'll be back in a few minutes. Just be aware you are being broadcast to the world. So see you in 5.
Oh, well done, Rosie.
Oh, thank you, Gavin. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Fantastic, Rosie.
Hello, Mara. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you? I love your hair.
Oh, thank you. It was great. It badly needs cutting, Mara, so it does. Jesus, I haven't been at the hairdressers before Christmas.
I think the rest of us can't get our hair cut, and you seem to have yours in very fine order.
Oh, well, I spent a lot of time today, Carl. I spent a lot of time home being at the day, so I did. There's Steve. Hello, Steve. And Rosie.
And then he cuts the picture off for one of the songs. I was thinking that all the trouble with the makeup and the jewellery, and then he takes the picture off.
No!
How are you, Joe?
No!
Joe!
Hello! It's Karen. Bernie, put your big head. Bernie, put your big head in.
Ah, Joe!
Hello, Karen. How you doing?
Hello, what are you saying, Bernie?
I said nice stuff.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant, Rosie. Fair play to you.
How are you?
Great stuff.
Thank you very much, Peter.
Fabulous, Rosie. Great.
Great to hear you, Rosie. It's brilliant.
Oh, Maura. Honest to God, yes, you're all me out of pals.
Oh, it's brilliant, Rosie. Looking back at something.
I think, Connor, how are you? I love your stuff too. But there's Steve. There's probably that by your friend.
Rosie, you still have a pint of Guinness.
What? Is it PJ?
There's PJ.
Is that a pint of Guinness you have, Rosie?
Unfortunately, it's not. As what? Just Guinness on the glass. It's just Guinness on the glass. Rosie.
Yes,
Hello,
Rosie. How are you?
How are you?
All right. How are you?
What do you have a piano behind you there? Have you?
What's that?
What's that joke there behind you?
It's only a wee thing on the wall, a wee music thing.
Oh, it's lovely.
There's Alvin there. Oh, no. I don't know what that is now.
Alvin there.
You're gone.
Where is Alvin? Alvin left.
Alvin is here.
Hi, Rosie.
Hi, Alvin. Hello, Alvin. How are you? Hi, Rosie and Alvin. How are you?
We have to shout out to the Moses.
How are you, Peter and Ken?
We're very well, thank you.
Yeah, fine,
Right.
yeah.
Good to see you all.
Great to see you all. Yeah. How's Oliver? How's Oliver?
Oh, how long have you got?
He's good.
Baivar ni Chronin. Stanto. Canto Gunta.
PJ, you got here.
All right. Look at PJ Howland.
How are you all?
Lord, it's lovely. Jesus Christ. How is this PJ? It's lovely to see you, PJ.
PJ, what was that bottle of wine? I sent you a message. Was that bottle of wine empty or full?
Wait. That's there now. That's Steve Downey. That's my friend from Australia. He was in Glenfarne.
Flanagan brought the thing there. She said her father used to sing that song. That's it.
Did she know? I see. I never knew. I never.
Jump off it?
No, we didn't.
Geez, Francis Rogers there as well.
Yes, that's it. She used to sing best.
Oh.
If you do it this way, and you go into the gallery, you can see a whole load of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
these comments coming up.
I know all about that.
I hope I can get through the second half. Maybe. Yeah, well, I'm singing it like it's coming through. Oh, that was I wonder what about yes, but she's not speaking. Hello, man. I was wondering why you weren't talking to me.
I couldn't get the word in edgeways.
Was that did you ask me to sing Farewell Dear Red? Was that,
Thank you so much.
I wasn't sure.
It was. Love it. You're doing mighty, Rosie. Sounds great.
Thank you, Anne.
Better than ever.
Oh no, I don't know about that, Carol. But sure, look at We do our best, don't we?
Absolutely, yeah.
You can really do your best.
Rosie, any chance of Mary from the Fray?
I hadn't it in my head, but yeah, I probably could if you wanted to, yeah. It wouldn't be a bother, no.
Fair play to you.
Yeah,
Never...
yes.
Rosie.
Yeah.
I was going to put in a request to be the Smugglers song.
What? You have to sing that.
Hi, Rosie. Hi, Rosie.
Hello.
What about the coat of many colours?
When you could do a duet.
That we sang in Glasgow one night at the karaoke.
Oh my God.
If you do a duet, it should be 50 miles of elbow room.
Oh,
that's another one, yeah.
All right, folks, we're going to have to get going again. Sorry to break up the party.
That's all right.
So you're all very welcome back. Just got some sad news. The great accordion player Joe Burke has passed away while we were sitting here singing songs. I'm sure Joe would have been loved by many of you, if not all of you. I guess all we can do is keep him in our memories for the rest of the evening. I'm going to go to Joseph O'Connor, or Joe O'Connor, to do the first piece. I believe Joe's going to recite something, but we'll leave it up to him. Joe, I'm going to ask to unmute you. Joe, how are you?
Not too bad at all there, Margaret. Out on Winch was written on her deathbed by Maureen Nicardi, who was born in Moynish near Carnan, County Galway, in the 19th century and lived in Lettercolla after she married Tameen Bon O'Connell. Her dying wish was that her remains should be ferried across to Moynish for burial with her own people. But local history has it that when she died, the weather was so bad that they couldn't put to sea and she was buried in Lettercolla. I have a particular fondness for this one because Emer Arkin sang it most beautifully at my mother's funeral mass some years ago. I'll do the first verse in Irish and I'll try an English translation then, and we'll see how it goes. Dá moin trí legi warige, nuair sleite wadu hir. Cynni nach dio nachil lumach an etchin glas is free. An schnack de shade of húsa yach, san gui ar údach tíim. Tá moin a chorál im hamin wán, near wadu lumani. If I were 3 leagues out to sea, or on the mountains high, with no living thing for company, but the lonely curlew's cry. With the blinding snow around me blowing, and the north wind driving strong, if I were talking to my Tameen Bon, the night would not be long. Oh God, what will I do at all? This winter is turning cold, and I won't hear my children call when the bell for me is tolled. It breaks my heart from them to part before the springtime of the year, with the green leaves growing on every tree and the cuckoo loud and clear. Go make for me a coffin fine from the boards of oak so grand, to Moynish send for Shanna Hine, let the work be by his hand. Then tie a ribbon in my hair, place my cap upon my head, and let 3 young girls from the hill be there to mourn me lying dead. And when I die, if my family are there to close my eyes, 'tis they will wake me decently for 3 long days and nights, with the white clay pipes going round the room and the whiskey flowing free. And Pauline Moore will ferry me home if his Pucon can put to sea. And as you put into Gonavui, let the flags fly in the air. Don't let me in Lettercolla lie. there's none of my people there, but there my bones to Moonish, where they'll keen me loud and clear, and the lights will shine along the shore, and I won't be lonesome there.
Lovely stuff, Joe. Thanks so much. We are going to move over to Bonnie, Scotland now and get a song from Lainey Dempsey. I messaged Lainey to say she was singing next and she was eating something. And I saw her face drop and discard the food immediately, like a true professional. Lainey, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, Dara. How are you?
Not too bad at all. What have you got for us?
A lovely night. I think at the last couple of sessions I've sang quite maudlin songs, so I think I'm going to sing a wee cheery song because I just found a new verse to it. So this is called Blythe, Blythe and Merry Are. Blythe, blithe and merry are we, blithe are we ain and all. Canty days we've often seen, a night like this we never saw. The gloamin' saw us all sit down and Michaelmorth has been her for, so let the toasts and songs go round till Chanticleer begins to craw. Blythe, blithe and merry are we, merry women, merry men. What care we though the cock may crow, or masters o' the tappet hen? The old kirk bell has chapped twa, what care we she should chap it twa? We're light o' heart and winny part, though time and tide may run awa. Blythe, blithe and merry are we, hearts that care can never ding. So let time pass, we'll steal his glass and poo a feather fae his wing. Now is the witching time and act, when ghosts they say are to be seen, and fays dance to the glowworms licked with fairies in their gowns of green. Blythe, blithe and merry are we, ghosts may take their midnight stroll, witches ride on brooms astride while we sit round the witching bowl. And never ask how wears the morn, the moon still glinting in the sky, 'cause if like her we fill our horn, I dinna doubt we'll drink it dry. Blythe, blithe and merry are we, blithe out o'er the barley bree, and let me tell the moon herself dips her tomb cup in the sea. So fill to me the social cup and never mind the dappled dawn, just stay a while the sun may smile and then we'll ken the way we're gone. Blythe, blithe and merry are we, see the sun is keeking and gie time his glass for months may pass, ere such a night we see again. Blythe, blithe and merry are we, see the sun is keeking and gie time his glass for months may pass, ere such a night we see again.
Oh! A rousing start to the second half. Thank you so much for that, Lainey. That was great. Okay, we're going to move over now to Vincent O'Connor. Vincent, I did send you a message, but I'm not sure if you saw it. But if not, surprise, I'll ask to unmute you, Vincent. How are you, Vincent?
Fine, thank you. Thank you. I didn't see the bit, but they're okay.
What have you got for us?
I have a song about a man who can't stop working his track machine, otherwise known as a digger or an excavator.
Okay. Fire away.
Thank you. Tommy Evans been in Plantire for all of his life. He lives so contented with his own darling wife. He was always so faithful and never untrue. He changed his machine for Mitsubishi brand new. He bought this new model, it was love at first sight. He wouldn't come up at morning, noon or night. So these things can happen and it's really obscene. How a man can fall in love with an old track machine. But Barbara, she knows he wanted in a bite. And not coming for all hours of the night. So she and he's got Huzzy with him behind green. Never known that this new law was a new track machine. But Tommy did some work for a farmer in June. At 4 in the morning, the farmer walked in his room. He ran down the field with a big butcher's knife, saying, "Get off that bitch and go home to your wife." One time she got sick, so he broke the stone gear. He felt so frustrated, he gave a week and a beer. They bought him some fritters and a big welding team, and spared no expense on the old track machine. When Barbara found out, she really don't care. She's happy to live in this three-way love affair. Says she, I know well that on me he's quite keen, and he loves me as much as the old track machine. And he loves me as much as the old track machine.
Well, Vincent, I have to say that is one of the most heartfelt songs I've heard about a digger, and that's saying something, believe me. Great stuff. Thanks so much, Vincent. Okay, we're going to move over now to Portland, Oregon, and hear from David Ingerson. David, I'll ask to unmute you.
Thanks, Dara.
No worries. It's been a while, David. How have you been?
I've been great. We survived the 6 inches of snow and ice, and things are fine.
Well, you're looking younger than ever. What have you got for us?
Thanks. Here's a song that I got from the singing of Teresa O'Driscoll. When I was young some years ago, from trouble I was free. The boys, they used to court me, how dearly they liked me. They often said how lucky I'd be when winter storms would fall, if I could have for mine a youth so fine to roll me from the wall. Now an old man came a-courtin', and he was 80 or more. He had long grey hair and a curly beard, but he had gold in store. There wasn't a trace on his face of a youthful sign at all, and I was told that he was too old to roll me from the wall. But when me parents heard the news, sure they got very bold. They said I'd have to marry him if he was twice as old. So just to satisfy me parents, I went without a ball. But sadly he neglected for to roll me from the wall. Now this old man was feeble, and his bones were cold as clay, and like a frozen iceberg he there beside me lay. I often laid in bed and prayed that the Lord would on him call, so I could have for mine my youth so fine to roll me from the wall. After 6 long months of married life, sure this old man took sick and died. His money and land he left to me as I stood by his side. With money and land at my command, that I might enjoy them all, I could have for mine my youth so fine to roll me from the wall. I'm suddenly confused. When the funeral was over, I already did that one, didn't I?
Sure, do it again, David. What harm?
When the funeral was over and all was said and done, I got wed to a nice young man, I thought the sun shone on. But very soon, sure he'd gone through my money, land and all, and now I suffer dearly for my rolling from the wall. There you are. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. Lovely stuff, David. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
And best of luck. Well, you're out of the snowstorms now. Someone in the chat there was coming from Austin, Texas, who also are having their own bout of snow. Rather, bizarrely. But stay safe, everybody out there. We haven't quite gotten there on this part just yet. We're going to move over now to Stephanie Nicardi, who I believe is an Irish woman living in Paris. Stephanie's been with us before. Stephanie, I'm going to ask to unmute you. Stephanie, how are you?
Hi, McDara. Fine, thanks. We had a lovely day today. Bit climate changey, but we'll take what we can get.
You have to find a positive in these things somehow. Yeah. What have you got for us?
Yeah. The song I'd like to sing tonight is one I started learning recently. It's a song from Kool-Aid. The founder of our singing club here in Paris actually sent me a video of it ages ago suggesting I learn it. So I started doing that recently. Anyway, it's the version I've been listening to is Bess Cronin's, and the video was by Kira Walton, gorgeous altogether, and it's Bonnie Blue-Eyed Lassie. How could I live at the top of a mountain with no money in my pocket or no gold for to count it? For I would let the money go, all for to please her fancy. And I would marry no one but my bonny blue-eyed lassie. She's my bonny blue-eyed lassie, with an air so sweet and tender. Her walk like the swan that floats, and her waist so small and slender. And I would hold her in my arms, and fondly I would embrace her. But how could I love her when all my people hate her? Some people say that she's very low in station, and other people say she'll be the cause of my ruination. But let them all say what they will, to her I will prove constant still, till the day that I die. She will be my own lovely lady. Lightly swims the swan over the dark waters of Ochel, and blithely sings the nightingale, so happy to behold her. The winds doth blow, the moorcocks crow, the moon doth shine so deeply, oh. But deeper by far is my love for my own lady. Sinead.
Lovely stuff, Stephanie. Thanks so much.
Thanks very much.
Okay, the next singer I had queued up, I'm not sure if you saw the message, but Rita Gallagher, we'd love to get a song from you, and then if we could go over back to Rosie Stewart afterwards. Rita, you've unmuted yourself.
Yeah,
What have you got for us?
I have, Dara. Hello, thanks very much. I thought I wouldn't be singing, but anyway, I'm going to sing this. It's a Fermanagh song as well, just in honor of the lady of the night. And it was composed by Tacky Manus Byrne, a great Donegal man. So it's called Lough Shore. Come, all you young maidens, wherever you be, never trust a young man when he crosses the sea. For I've had a sweetheart, and it's for him I yearn. Since he's left me alone on the shores of Lough Erne. 'Twas early one morning at the breaking of day. My Johnny told me he was going far away. He made me a promise that soon he'd return and take me away from the shores of Lough Erne. In vain I have waited, it seems many years, trying to conquer my heartaches and fears. The salt tears I've shed on my pale cheeks do burn, since he's left me alone on the shores of Lough Erne. My father and mother and my brothers also want me to marry with a rich man, they know. But I'll stay as I am, and my living I'll earn, till my Johnny returns to the shores of Lough Erne. The moon's lost its glory, and the stars cease to shine. All hope has vanished from this poor heart of mine. They say love's a lesson that we all have to learn, but it's taught me to weep on the shores of Lough Erne. Thank you.
Good grief, Rita. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. Month after month, I have to say. Great stuff. Okay, well, that brings us right back to our special guest, Rosie Stewart. Rosie, I'm going to ask to unmute you again. We have
Is that it?
We have you.
Yeah. My biggest nightmare, having to follow Rita Gallagher. But anyway, there you are, look at the draw. So this time I'm going to sing another song that comes from the writing of Matt Duggan. One of the things that I liked about Matt's songs, he will always credit the women just as much as the men. So it's a song called The Mountain Face. And again, it's I like the words of this piece because it sort of reminds me of where we come from. Beneath the heather on the brae, the ridge strikes and may be seen. They tell a tale of grimmer days, of hardships that have been, of a weary man with tired bones, of a proud but vanquished race. A dog through heather and through stones on many a mountain face. Beside their men the women toiled in the field and bog and byre. They wove and spun and baked and boiled by the friendly open fire. Their children amidst the sedge and heath grew up with natural grace, and went to school behind a hedge on many a mountain face. In sheltered spot and hollow glen, they built their cabins low, protected from the rotting men and the winter's icy blow. And faithful to their land they clung in slavery's cold embrace, and lived on honored and unsung on many a mountain face. In the Tato Ridge and corn plot their daily food they grew, and servile drudgery was their lot, oppressions in their due. But though peanut classes came and went, they still maintained their place. Each cross was borne as heaven sent on many a mountain face. With gentle cow and humble as the sickle and the spade, they turn the heather into grass, the stones their ditches made, and high across each towering peak, like emeralds strung in space, green meadows of their efforts speak on many a mountain face. Though the heather made its own regain, the cabins disappear.
Their sacrifice was not in vain, the rest they saved is here. And in our his freeze lowland lay, they'll hold an honored place. And proud they be who can say like me, I belong to a mountain of face. You know what?
That was great.
Intended
sorry to interrupt you, Rosie. That was great. We just had a suggestion from somebody in the chat there who teaches online. They think some of the interference might be coming just from the angle that you're sitting at. I wonder, could you sit more square to the phone if that's possible, and just see if it improves? Yeah, give it a try. Give it a try. But if it doesn't work, it sounds great one way or another.
Lovely. Now, so yeah, I hadn't actually thought about singing this song. But I got a request from my good friend PJ Howell, and I was delighted to see PJ. I haven't seen him for years, and he asked me to sing Mary from Lochray, and sure, I thought I might also dedicate it to the lovely Joe Burke. It was a song that I got from the singing of my dad as well. Oh, it was in the golden harvest time when summer roses fade, when it your murmur a dying croon over every rural shade. 'Twas over the yellow fields I strayed as the evening died away, to view the angel of my heart, my Mary from Lochray. My Mary was a gentle maid, most beautiful and bright. Her hair in lovely ringlets, and her eyes like the stars at night. Her mouth was all a set of smiles, and her cheeks like the flowers in the May. Her skin like the winter's freezing moon on the wild waves of Lochray. I wooed her long and I loved her well, and she loved me in return. She was my gentle, loving maid, my love, all my precious pearl. But she was too good to live, too bright on this earth to stay. And like the gentle stars at dawn, she smiled and passed away. The evening sun shone from the west in shades of green and gold, and silence was over every mist, over every sleeping fold. 'Twas from her lovely cottage came a shriek of wild dismay. I rushed therein, but cold in death was my Mary from Lochray. The sun will miss the glowing of your bright and yellow hair. The lads will miss you from the dance on a Sunday evening fair.
The grass will miss your flying steps as you swept the dew away. But I will miss you most of all, my Mary from Loughrea. No more your sweet voice will be heard in the dewy milking dawn. Your hair in coils around you like the pale red light of dawn. Some other lass may sing your songs when you are in the clay. This blessed hour my heart will break for you, Mary from Loughrea. There you are, PJ, now. So I'm going to sing a couple of sort of nonsensey type of songs just to maybe to finish off. I'd say you've had enough of the old dreary stuff. So this song, I think the first person I heard singing this song was what do you call you, man? Oh, Maurice Layden, and from Belfast. And then I was down at the Spanish Point singing weekend, the Bell Bridge, a couple of years back. And Ocean White sang this at about 11:30 on the Saturday morning. How the heck she was fit to do it, I don't know. But anyway, and there's one line in this, and you'll realise when I come to that line, you'll know that this is the reason that I sing the song, for any of you that know me well. So it's called Billy Johnson. It's a music hall song. Billy Johnson, he was married but a 12-month and a day, when he sent his friend some letters in which he went to say as to how about 2 months since a baby had been sent. So he gave a ball to celebrate the glorious event, and they played la-la-di-da. All the diddle and the plaid and the fiddle, up and down the middle, jolly boys, pretty girls, enough to please you all. A regular jollification spree was Billy Johnson's ball. There was the Brownses and the Joneses and the Smithses a score, the Sprigginses, the Scrogginses, and half a dozen more. In Billy's room there wasn't room to dance a single jig, so we went and hired a big one in the tinder box and cake where they played la-la-di-da. All the diddle and the plaid and the fiddle, up and down the middle, jolly boys, pretty girls, enough to please you all. Our regular jollification spree was Billy Johnson's brawl. Oh, well, they introduced the baby and we kissed him 10 times round. Mrs. Johnson was quite overcome, fell fainting on the ground. But we brought her to with water with a drop of something in. And very shortly after that, the dancing did begin, and we played la-la-di-da. Follow the diddle and we played it on the fiddle, up and down the middle, jolly boys, pretty girls, enough to please you all. Our regular jollification spree was Billy Johnson's ball. Well, in and out and round about, such a ball was never seen. And every now and then we had a drop to drink between. Billy Johnson, he got dancing with any girl that he could find. Mrs. Johnson, she got jealous, and she said he was unkind for doing the la-la-di-da. Follow the diddle and the plaid on the fiddle, up and down the middle, jolly boys, pretty girls, enough to please you all. Our regular jollification spree was Billy Johnson's ball. Oh, well, I drank health to the Joneses, and I drank health to the Browns,
I tried to keep on dancing, but somehow it was ups and downs. To tell you how it ended, I really am not able. For I found myself next morning lying underneath the table, doing the la-la-di-da. For lol-di-diddle, and we played it on the fiddle, up and down the middle, jolly boys. Pretty girls, enough to please you all. Our regular jollification spree was Billy Johnson's ball. Billy Johnson, the way. So now I'm going to finish off with this song that comes from the singing of John Maguire. John Maguire, big John Maguire from Newton Butler. He was a lovely man. Yeah. And there's a song called Joe Higgins. My name is Joe Higgins, a farmer, and I courted a girl, and she was very shy. She asked me into the kitchen for a moment or two. Oh, well done, then, says Joe, I don't mind if I do. Laddie fall the doll, they sing bandandy. She took me upstairs to make things all right. A full 6 pints of porter I shoved out of sight. She said, me dear Joe, you'll have another or two. Oh, well done, then, says Joe, I don't mind if I do. Laddie fall the doll, they sing bandandy. I hugged and I squeezed her with fond love of life, as says she, my dear Joe, you might make me your own darling wife. Well, when Joe heard of this, he stuck to her like glue. Oh, well done, then, says Joe, I don't mind if I do. Laddie fall the doll, they sing bandandy. The very next day, well, we went to get wed. The parson, he opened the book and he said, well, it's you will take Joe, and it's Joe will take you. Oh, well done, then, says Joe, I don't mind if I do. Laddie fall the doll, they sing bandandy. It's now we are married, we're happy to be. There's no ends at all to an I, Joe, or me. She said, persevere, and there might be a few. Oh, well done, then, says Joe, I don't mind if I do. Laddie fall the doll, they sing bandandy. It's now we are married, we're living content. 2 wins we have got, but not the third yet. She said, my dear Joe, I'd like another or two. Oh, well done, then, says Joe, I don't mind if I do. Laddie fall the doll, they sing bandandy. It's now I have sung, and I hope I've pleased all. I won't sing again if it's only a call. No, I won't sing again, or I'm damned if I do. Laddie for the doll, they sing bandandy. Shinawil, Accordia, and thank you very, very much for your attention. And Dara, thank you again for having me.
Yeah, Rosie, thank you so much. Now that the singing's out of the way, I will embarrass you now. I will flatter you. Not that it's a surprise to anybody, but Rosie Stewart is one of the foremost traditional singers that we have in this country. I consider myself the luckiest man in the world to be alive at the same time as the great Rosie Stewart. I know we'll be talking about her long after we've all left this world and the next. Thank you so much for that, Rosie. That was absolutely magic. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dara. Thank you. Great.
Well, we've gotten to the time in the evening that happens every month where I realise we've only about a half an hour left and more singers than we can possibly manage. So I will do my best to get through as many people as are left over. But as usual, guys, if we manage to miss you this evening, please come back, make us aware of the fact that you didn't sing, and we will prioritise you next time. Anyway, in that spirit, we will get the first song of this last section from Rebecca Sweeney. Rebecca, I'm going to ask to unmute you. Rebecca,
thank you,
how are you?
Hello, good. Yeah, thank you. So I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed by singing after Rosie and Rita, who I admire. But this song is from Deanta, Mary Dillon, and it's The Maid Who Sold Her Barley. It's cold and raw, the north winds blow, black in the morning early, as when all the hills are covered with snow, then it is winter fairly. As I was riding o'er the moor, I met a farmer's daughter, with her cherry cheeks and slow black eyes. She caused my heart to falter. I bowed my bonnet very low to let her know my meaning. She answered with a courteous smile, her looks they were engaging. Where are you going, my pretty maid? 'Tis now in the morning early. 'Tis now in the morning early. The answer that she gave to me, kind sir, to sell my barley. Do 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 do. I'm dropping it down because I don't get the high note. No, 20 guineas I've in my purse, 20 more that's yearly. There is no need go to market now, 'cause I'll buy all your barley. If 20 guineas would win the heart of a maid I love so dearly, all for to tarry with her one night, go home in the morning early. Do 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 do. As I was riding o'er the moor the very evening after, it was my fortune for to meet the farmer's only daughter. The weather being cold and raw, I stopped with her to parley. The answer that she gave to me, kind sir, I've sold my barley. Sinead.
Lovely stuff, Rebecca. And if that's how you sing in the morning, I would love to hear you sing in the evening or afternoon. Great stuff, great stuff. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to move over now to David Polacek. I believe it's David's first time with us. But David, I'm going to ask to unmute you, and you have to accept my unmuting.
There
Hello,
we
David.
go. Hello there. From the frosts of defrosting Central Texas.
Oh, wow.
So I wanted to ask, the song I was going to sing, it's got almost the same tune as the one Bennery sang. Is that all right?
That is fine.
Okay. This is in the great tradition of taking the poetry of William Butler Yeats and making a song out of it, like Down by the Sally Gardens was done, with a traditional Irish tune. And the tune that I picked for this one is the one I know best as The Month of January. And the poetry is The Host of the Air. And the background of this poem is that Yeats heard an old lady singing an Irish song, and when it was translated, he got the idea for the poem, which is about a bride being taken away by the she in the air and encountered by her husband, and if he had eaten the food and drink, he'd be away with them too, but she prevents it. So The Host of the Air by Yeats, to the tune of The Month of January. And the O'Driscoll, I'm pretty sure, mentioned in here, I'm pretty sure it's not Confada anyway. O'Driscoll drove with a song the wild duck and the drake from the tall and the tufted reeds of the drear Heart Lake. And he saw how the reeds grew dark at the coming of night tide, and he dreamed of the long dim hair of Bridget, his bride. He heard while he sang and dreamed a piper piping away, and never was piping so sad, and never was piping so gay. And he saw young men and young girls who danced on a level place, and Bridget, his bride, among them, with a sad and a gay face. The dancers crowded about him, and many a sweet thing said. And a young man brought him red wine, and a young girl white bread. But Bridget drew him by the sleeve, away from the merry bands, two old men playing at cards with a twinkling of ancient hands. The bread and the wine had a doom, for these were the host of the air. He sat and played in a dream of her long dim hair. He played with the merry old men, thought not of evil chance, until one bore Bridget, his bride, away from the merry dance. He bore her away in his arms, the handsomest young man there, and his neck and his breast and his arms were drowned in her long dim hair. O'Driscoll scattered the cards, and out of his dream awoke. Old men and young girls were gone like a drift in smoke. But he heard high up in the air a piper piping away, and never was piping so sad, and never was piping so gay.
Lovely, lovely stuff. You know, Michael, there is actually a tune called "Never Was Piping So Gay." So you never know that melody might fit that poem very well. But that was really, really interesting. Thank you very much for that.
Enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
And here's hoping the weather in Central Texas improves before long.
Yeah.
Okay, have a good one. Next, we will move on to what I had intended to get a song from Mary, Rosie's sister, in Jim Duffy's window, but as soon as I sent the message, she seemed to disappear out of the conversation. Sadly for us, maybe we'll get her next time. But here to fill her shoes capably is Lily Keeney. Lily, I'll ask to unmute you. You have to accept my unmuting. How are you, Lily?
I'm grand. How are you?
Not too bad at all. Are you going to sing a song for us?
Yeah. I have a song. It's I have traveled this country. I know it's a Romana song, but I'm not great with names. But it says on my sheet here that it was Gabriel McArdle. So
great.
Hope that gives someone some idea. I have traveled this country both early and late. I have traveled it over, and sad was my fate. Once I courted a wee lassie, and she did me disdain. Oft times she has denied me, but I'll ask her again. Oh, young Molly, she was handsome and not very tall, but her modest behavior was nicer than all. And I'm told that she's engaged now and cannot be free. She has too many sweethearts by far to love me. Your parents are rich, love, and you're hard to please. And I'll have you take pity on the hard work and slave. I'll have you leave father and mother also. And through this wide, wide world with your darling boy go. Oh, Johnny, lovely Johnny, that advice now will do. For to leave my own country and go along with you. My friends and companions would mourn for my sake if I left my own country all to follow Ray. Well, if that be the case, love, my course I will steer to some foreign country without dread or fear. And since you'll not marry me, nor with me comply, may the stormy wide ocean separate you and I. Farewell, lovely Ireland, and merry may be. And I'll oft times get lonesome when I think of thee. And when I'm out working on a fine summer's day, I will think of you, Ireland, although far away. Thank you.
Lovely stuff, Lily. Thanks so much. And you're welcome here any month, okay?
Thank you.
You have a home here, you have friends here. Great stuff. Okay, the next singer I had sent a message to, but I'm not sure if he saw it. Declan Coyne, I wonder if you'd be so kind as to give us a song. I'll ask to unmute you. Hello, Declan.
Tara, how are you doing?
Not too bad
Good.
at all. Could we trouble you for a song?
I wasn't expecting that at all. I was enjoying listening. Yeah, I'll try one. I heard Phil O'Connor singing a song a few weeks ago that reminded me of probably the same song that I used to hear when I was a young lad by a neighbour. He called it Lovely Molly. It's a kind of a version of She Moved Through the Pear kind of thing. We'll have a go.
Lovely stuff. Take it away.
I dreamed last night that my true love came in. She came in so easy that her feet made no din. She stepped up to me, and this she did say, it will not be long, love, till our wedding day. I once had a true love, I loved her right well. I loved her far better than my tongue can tell. But her father disliked me for my want of gear. So adieu, lovely Molly, since I can't have you here. Now, if I were a fisherman all by the seaside, and my love was a salmon rolling in on the tide, I would cast my net outward, my love to ensnare, and take home lovely Molly, my love to declare. Or if I were a blackbird and had wings to fly, 'tis on my love's bosom tonight I would lie, in a grove of green laurel, we'd lay down to sleep, with my fond wings around you, all safe in my keep. But I must go to yon valley, where the songbirds do trill, where no one can hear me while I cry my fill. In that grove of green laurel, I'll there make my moan, and I'll pine for lovely Molly while I mourn her alone. It will not be long, love, till our wedding day. Sorry, I didn't have the voice limbered up in time before.
Not at all, Declan. That was wonderful. And listen, wishing all the best to you and yours up in Roscommon. What do you reckon, Declan? Will we see you at Knockrockery Festival this year?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I hope so.
I hope so too. I hope so too. And listen, take care of yourself, and we'll see you next month, please God.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to move over to Alison O'Donnell. Alison, I'm going to ask to unmute you.
Oh, hello.
Sorry, Alison, how are you?
Well, I'm grand, but I have a 4-month-old kitten who's wrecking the gaff.
Okay.
Roll and dash, you towering waves, throw yourselves up high and down low. Bring to me my sulking lover before he drown in the deep below. Flowing tide, a welcome tomorrow. It tells us that you slipped away. I hold in my mind your smile so serene, and think on your likeness each passing day. All the way round, as far as I see, the waters have lended your body to me. And when I awake from the depths of my dream, he will be my drowned dearie, afloat on the sea. His hands are clasped with no sign of a struggle, folded neatly on his snowy white breast. A suit of blue for the broken body, all decked out in his Sunday best. A salty crust lies over the hands, but glowing bright in its final endeavor. His finger bearing my golden ring that I vow to wear on mine forever. All the way round as far as I see, the waters have landed his body to me. And when I awake from the depths of my dream, he will be my drowned dearie, afloat on the sea. All the way round as far as I see, the waters have landed his body to me. And when I awake from the depths of my dream, he will be my drowned dearie, afloat on the sea. He will be my drowned lover, afloat on the sea.
Lovely stuff, Alison. Thanks very much. Okay, we're going to move over now to the West Coast United States once again to hear from Genevieve Gallerno. Genevieve, I'm going to ask to unmute you. Genevieve, how are you?
I'm well, thank you, Dara.
Have you been sketching away all through the session?
I've been trying.
You've been trying.
Trying and failing.
It looks great. You can see varying forms of smiling and people with the sort of puss faces. I've seen a couple of people fall asleep as well. So the drawing, it's morning time for you guys though, right? Or afternoon at least.
Mid-afternoon now.
Okay. What are you going to sing for us?
I'm gonna sing, I think, Creek in Illinois.
Lovely.
And I got this from Gertrude Brennach.
Okay, take it away.
Iwad o waller hjalma star, ga creek an Illinois. Is dag she me an shaf we brown, scan tramu mohul. Loyu me le dus male, snak trala tein moshgal. O gra mochri mochailindas, she hoku du sikian. Is more mochui do yeru no daylight to hartan. Dan silf we grum tanam sheer for tama kratch a portin. Yoni ved le koi daye sa star tami cliche bain. O gra mochri mochailindas, she hoku du sikian. Arun mochlev nishpelarish, ga poster megas tu. They sagas evenus in our seals, babe warrium tail their hule. Be seal of fosta shade our soul, swalkach san a surk. Schnee beider ish fwivron marvi. Schnee bwel du chlige gruam. Schnee.
Lovely stuff, Genevieve. Keep singing, keep sketching. Both are a pleasure. Okay, we are going to move over now to Fionnuala Maxwell, and then I'm afraid we'll only have time for one more song after Fionnuala. But in any case, Fionnuala, I'm going to ask to unmute you. Fionnuala, how are you?
I'm good.
And have you a song for us,
Hopefully
more
you can hear
importantly?
me.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I have a song from lovely Leitrim, where I'm from. So this is one that's called Carrick, where the Shannon flows. There's plenty of Carricks, but this is comes from the poet Bernard Gray, and we're trying to get some Leitrim songs out there. So hopefully some of you might sing a few Leitrim songs. I heard lots of lovely Fermanagh songs tonight, so near neighbours. Well done, Rosie. Great stuff. On Carrick fair, what haunts are thine? What scenes bedeck thy lovely gaze? Oh, would one spot in thee were mine, to pass mid joy my earthly days. I'd linger amid the bloom of flowers fair and blushing rose, and bliss would well my soul illume in Carrick where the Shannon flows. I'd sit me on the Shannon's brink and view each tiny rippling wave. I'd there of ancient heroes think, historic Breffni's faithful brave. Though dead today these faithful be, their spirits yet shall smash our foes. Their spirits yet shall leave us free in Carrick where the Shannon flows. I gaze me on the towering pile, St. Mary's Church, so stately fair, where I would love to kneel a while, the faithful in peaceful prayer. 'Tis sweet to hear the pealing bell at morning, noon, and evening's close. Its tones with joy each heart can swell in Carrick where the Shannon flows. A monument can Carrick claim, on which with deep respect we scan. It breathes today the name, the fame of dear departed Owen McCann. Peace, peace unto his honoured shade, around whose name sweet glory grows. His name in truth can never fade, in Carrick where the Shannon flows. What lovely dames in Carrick dwell, delighted to each heart and mind, and comrades dear who yet can tell, but here a faithful bride I'd find. I one who would pour me caress some fair, delightful, blushing rose. Alas, such I I'd ever bless, while life I'd breathe, while the Shannon flows. Sinead?
Up Leitrim. Lovely, lovely stuff, Fionnuala. That was gorgeous. Yeah. I don't know if we've had you on before, Fionnuala, or maybe only once or twice, but suffice to say, you're welcome back anytime.
Thanks, Darren.
Great stuff. Okay, well, folks, that just about brings us to the end of another month here at the Seamus Ennis Arts Centre. I'm just looking down the list, and there is just so many fabulous singers who did not get a chance to sing. I don't say this in vain, folks. Please come back, and we'll make a priority of you next time, I promise. Just make me aware of it, and we'll make sure you sing. As always, through these months, we do ask if there's anybody out there who hasn't been too badly financially impacted by the pandemic, and this evening has been worth a few quid to you. There is a donation link in the Zoom chat as well, in the Facebook chat, and on the YouTube chat. Few quid here or there can go a long way to supporting the arts and supporting independent centres like the Seamus Ennis Arts Centre, and help them put on great evenings like this one. We will be back next month on the 3rd Saturday of March, but in the meantime, we'll let Frances Rogers sing us out. Frances, I'm going to ask to unmute you. We have you, Frances. How are you?
Okay, I'm fine. I'll finish off with a quick one because I know you're running out of time.
No.
Oh, my name is Michael Rafferty. I'm a well-known Irishman. I came from Tipperary in the year of 31. My parents were respectable enough, me they thought a lot, and they started me up in business in a wee cloth shop. Oh, with wee corduroys, some of the best of tweed. Our waistcoats and our petticoats are all of a crawling breed. We never sell an article unless it's able to hop, and we're doing a roaring business out of the wee cloth shop. I pay a man 3 bob a week for standing at the door, shouting business, business, business in galore. And when he opens his big mouth, he doesn't know when to stop, till he gathers a crowd of doffers round the wee cloth shop, where with wee corduroys, some of the best of tweed. Our waistcoats and our petticoats are all of a crawling breed. We never sell an article unless it's able to hop, and we're doing a roaring business out of the wee cloth shop. I pay a man 10 bob a week for mending all the clothes. I'm sure that you all know him, down by the cross he goes. He never mends an article, but that he drinks a drop, and he's staggering home in the evenings out of the wee cloth shop, where with wee corduroys, some of the best of tweed. Our waistcoats and our petticoats are all of a crawling breed. We never sell an article unless it's able to hop, and we're doing a roaring business out of the wee cloth shop. The other day a man came in a coat he went to buy. I gave him 1 at 3 and 6, try that one on, says I. It fitted him so neatly, and he turned to walk away, when I tapped him on the shoulder saying, the coat you have to pay. Well, he turned around and he looked at me, and his big fist he drew. He doubled me up in the corner saying, that's the place for you. I shouted, murder, peelers, says he, you'd better stop, or there's going to be a funeral out of your wee cloth shop, where with wee corduroys, some of the best of tweed. Our waistcoats and our petticoats are all of a crawling breed. We never sell an article unless it's able to hop, and we're doing a roaring business out of the wee cloth shop. There we go.
Oh, great stuff. Frances, thank you so much. And just before we say goodnight, could everybody just give it up one more time for Rosie Stewart?
Rosie.
On
Rosie.
August,
And Francis too.
Thank you. Rosie.
Mighty Rosie. Fantastic.
Great, everyone.
Great, Rosie.
Well done, Rosie.
McCartney.
Well done. Oh, great to see you, Mick.
Brilliant night.
Could have done with twice as many songs.